Hello everybody, a long time no see. I know it's been quite a while since you guys have heard anything from me, and I'll get into all those details here in just a minute here about what has been going on and whatnot. But I am currently situated in Mount Vernon, Texas. I have just woke up. I have to be at a store here. If you guys don't know, I get into this as well. I am working for the Staples account, so I didn't. Well, for this account, it really depends on the type of, route it is. Sometimes it's 2 stores, sometimes it's 3, sometimes it's 4 or 5. You never really know, so I can't really give you an accurate number on that. Including, I am getting ready to leave this account. It is not enjoyable for me, like I said, I get in details with that, but I am on my way to my second store. I called the store last night when I left my first store, which was in Mount Vernon, Texas, where we are right now. I'm not too far away from the store. I believe I'm about 10-15 minutes away from the store. Anyway, so I called my second store last night, and I asked them, I am a little bit earlier, so I like to give those guys advance, say, hey, I'm early, can you take me today? So it's a little bit confusing because I looked in Google Maps and it was just, a lot of no truck signs, no really indication of a truck entrance. So, and this happens with a lot of these places on the Staples account. So I gave them a call and asked, hey, what is the truck route? Where do you want me to enter? So he gave me that information. Also, it's going to be interesting getting this trailer unloaded, because they told me last night, I don't know, I cannot confirm it, I've not been down there yet, but they have told me that their dock is flooded. They had a really big storm last night, so it's all I've been actually dealing with for the past couple of days. It's just rain. It's getting really old. I believe I started to really get affected, I believe, when I was just leaving the Illinois border. I believe I took 70 all the way to, I believe it's 57, or it might be 55. I know I get on both of these, and then so I do believe I get on 57 first, and I get on 55, and then I'll take 55 all the way to 40. And when I was on 55, that's when I started getting hit with a lot of rain. I believe as soon as I hit the Arkansas border here, that's when I start getting really hit with some rain, and it's just been never ending. And of course, I then took 40 all the way to Interstate 30, where I am right now. So that's pretty much the route I took to get here. So, along with the divisions, I believe the last time I was talking to you guys, I said that, well, we were at a hotel the last time I talked to you guys. I said I was going to be going with the Dollar Tree account, and the Dollar Tree account didn't work very well for me. The reason for that is it just wasn't fun. How they do things over there is like a FedEx system. It's box by box by box. Loading the 53-footer by yourself and 90-degree heat, including it's worse back in the trailer. It's probably 100 degrees back in the trailer, beats what it actually is outside. So, I just couldn't take it. I was overheating. I was getting hit in the head with boxes. It just wasn't fun. So I decided to switch over to this account, which is a Staples account. Now, with this account, it's okay. The only negative thing about this account is the backings. The backings are horrendous. You know, you got some of these places that are not designed for a tractor trailer. Some of these places you have to use a public street in order to back onto a dock. It's really weird. Let me go make sure you guys are recording. You guys are. I believe that was the other one. That's good news there. I don't know why this would just randomly turn off. There's no reason for that. This battery's fully charged. In fact, they both are. I've just been working on them this morning, trying to get them ready for, you know, what's upcoming. You know, I do want to do more videos. I've been very, very desperate in trying to get back and doing some content for you guys. You know, and in fact, I was, well, this was a couple weeks ago. I did make a video similar to this, but of course it's an older video. I was trying forever to get that thing to upload. It just was not working. You know, I tried to get uploaded when I was sleeping at a hotel. I get a story here in a minute as well. That's another completely different thing. But you know, I was just trying to get that video uploaded. It just was not working. You know, I don't know what was going on over there, but you know, I just decided to wait a while. You know, just get used to this account again, getting used to the company, so I can show you guys what this company is all about and give you my proper, you know, review, I would say, on this. The company itself, I love it. It's an amazing company. You know, I haven't had any negative things to say about this company. Well, there is one thing, but it's not the company itself. It's this thing right here. This is what keeps track of my hours. It's a tablet, Android tablet, pretty simple. They have an app for hours of service. You can send a message, and it's absolutely horrible. The tablet it is itself, the app not so much, but the tablet, I don't know what's going on with it. It's junk. You know, I've had these things fall off when I was driving down the road. In fact, this amount is broken. It, like, you know, pretty much almost falls over. It, you know, dips down. It's ridiculous. It freezes up all the time. My old truck that I had, I got in that story as well, but I had another truck before this, and it just kept on constantly freezing. Sometimes it doesn't work. With this, when I'm driving down the road, I cannot see my clock because it pops up a message, which is normal, but it's supposed to show you your clocks. It does it on this for whatever reason. So it's a complete guess on my hours of service, but I've been doing this long enough that, you know, I kind of have a good guess of when I need to shut down. You know, it's usually not too bad, and including most of the time I do stop before my clock even runs out. So during that time I would check it to see what my hours look like. But you know, it would really suck if it was for a new guy, because you don't have that experience. You don't know, you know. You can't just sit here like, oh, I'm getting pretty close to lowering down my hours. You know, I know you have to just sort of do this for, you know, having to physically write it down, you know, a physical logbook. You have to use that calculations, but the modern trucker doesn't have to do that anymore, because these are required by DOT. So I don't know. You know, I just have learned over time, you know, when it's best to shut down for me. I have my own system. Every guy is different, but how I do things is I would try to do a break around the 2-hour mark, if a little bit more, but most of the time it's around 2 hours and 45 minutes, somewhere around there. I'll try to take a 30-minute break, and then I would drive some more, of course, and I will then try to find a place to stop around, I say, when it hits 1:59, which is pretty much close to the 2 hour mark. But you know, when it comes to that 1:59 mark, it can really go down fast, and I use that remaining time just in case I cannot find a spot or something happens where, you know, it just, you know, I have to continue driving. It's so, you know, if I'm running completely on my clock, you know, I can't find a spot or something like that, I can drive to the next safe location legally. It's a system that I recommend everybody. You know, of course, you're always going to hear those guys that say that, you know, I'm just taking off my curtain here, or pushing it back here. Yes, I know this thing is broken. I highly doubt that the company would fix this. So this curtain is more better than the other one. The other one is falling down. The pieces are actually broken. That so I have to use one of these, which is the clip. I bought these at Walmart. They're typically or I believe they're like for clothes. You can hang on it like a hanger outside, or a wire, or a cord. I don't know what these things are called. It's been so long since I've seen one. You know, I doubt anybody uses those anymore. But yeah, that's what those things are for. I believe they're like $3, and they come in a pretty big pack. And I also use these for these this curtain back here, because it's not like a Velcro system. It only has like these little buttons here, which doesn't really help keeping out all the light. You know, I prefer to sleep in pretty much pitch black darkness. It's very difficult for me to sleep with lights on. In fact, I believe that's how most people are. So that's what that is all about. I have yet to install my mount for the camera, which is right here. You know, I will have to get to that here shortly. I'm gonna figure out, you know, where's the best place to put it and all that stuff. But yeah, this is the trick, guys. You know, this is pretty much where I keep all my junk. I have the boxes. I bought a brand new big ass GPS because I got tired of the small one. It just kept on dying constantly. And sometimes it'll stop working, period. I've had it shut down on me many times before for no reason. Sometimes I can't even get it to turn on. So I had to find something different, including when I was switching trucks. I didn't have all my stuff. Most of it was left behind. Like I said, I'll explain to you what that story is, but so I went with that because it's just something that I cannot do without. I can't use Google Maps or something like that. I absolutely hate that. I do use Google Maps for one reason only, and that is to find the location of the stores, because Google Maps is a little bit more accurate than my GPS. That truck and GPS has sent me to a completely entirely different location. Before, this was when I was working for the rural account. I was going through the city, and I believe it took me to a house, or I believe maybe an abandoned building. I don't know what this was. I can't remember, but it just took me to a long location, so I started using Google Maps for that. I don't follow Google Maps. I just use it to get to where exactly I'm going, because Google Maps will get you in trouble. It has many times before. But yeah, this is my junk drawer. I also keep some food up here, which is like cookies, donuts, stuff I probably shouldn't be eating, but also keep my clothes here. I have, you know, hygiene products in this small bag over here and clothes. I'll show you guys that before. I have this down here, which is probably about to go away because it sucks. Every time I come off of home time, this thing just stops working, or it's just so weak that it just doesn't continue running. It can't handle the heat. So it's either I have to, you know, take it out when I go to home time, plug it into the outlet, or, you know, just let it be and just eat all my food before I go home. So yeah, this is a truck, guys. Like I said, I believe I said this anyways. It's been a while since I've done this. Do apologize about the mess. It is what it is. I do need to get my pre-trips done. Wow, this parking lot's empty. When I came here last night, it was full, like completely full. You could barely get a spot here. I was surprised I actually did. Don't mind this trailer cable disconnected. It comes on sometimes. It's not disconnected, trust me. You would know. Because you want to be able to move with the ABS. So like I said, I have not done my pre-trip. I just woke up here this morning. I had to be there at 11 o'clock this morning. That was my scheduled arrival. I was going to be leaving this morning, but I had an issue. This is my sheet right here. I dumped Gatorade all over it. So yeah, that's how my day has went so far. Let's go ahead and just do a walk around real quickly. I just turn on my light test, or whatever you want to call it. I just do a walk around. Also, this is something that happened when I was dropping off. Another impossible stop. It was kind of ridiculous. And it was steep enough to take off both of my mud flaps. So yeah, let the company know about that. So another impossible stop that you just can't get into. This was not me. I know for a fact. There's no way. You know, there was a fence, but there's no way I freaking touched that because it wouldn't let me. There was a pretty much like a curb there that prevented me from doing that. So this is definitely not me. I don't know who did that, but you guys can probably get an idea of, you know, what causes this. Just impossible backings. Here we gotta mess up your equipment. I'm surprised there's not more of this. Go ahead and check the oil. Turn the engine off. And yes, I can actually open these from this end, which is nice. Wash fluid's fine. I know I'm missing this. I tried to fix it. It was like falling off, and then I lost a screw to it, so I was really hoping that it would stay. It did not. I was at a shipper, so there's absolutely nothing I could do about it. It is what it is. I'm gonna get my gloves. I use my gloves to check the oil. It's pretty simple. Check it again. I think it's good. Yeah, it's good. Just didn't go in there deep enough. That's fine. I ain't doing good. Oh, gotta push this thing up here, or warm up the hood close. What the hell is going on with this? Alrighty. I gotta do this. This company requires a DVR to be completed, which is a driver vehicle inspection report. Some companies require them daily. Others only require them if there's something that violates DOT. And the DVIR are just specifically to DOT violations. So, you know, for instance, like, turn off. I guess I had to do this. Well, like I said, a DVIR is it just would not shut off. That's so weird. Like I said, a DVIR is just specifically for the safety operation and DOT violation of the vehicle. So anything minor, other than DOT, you don't put it on there. You know, because it's not DOT violation. And I know I'm missing my mud flaps. I'll just deal with it. You know, especially until I'm done with this delivery here, and I'll tell them. Let me go and clear off my windows here, just so I can see. Because I run the air conditioner, it like, you know, it causes condensation on my windshield, including, I think it might have been rain. It definitely looks like it, so. Seriously. Man, I definitely don't miss that company. Man, she is... Seriously has some problems that I don't think ever will be fixed, so not a company for me. I think there's a Pacific exit, but I don't know where that is. This is the only place I knew that was an exit. I'm getting better at this. A few months ago, you guys will see me that, you know, I would just be forgetting exits left and right. You know, I would have no idea how to get out of parking lot. I'm actually remembering these now. Well, I guess it really depends. Let me turn this fan off. You can manually turn them on. For me, with this truck, I have to turn it on, because if I don't, I lose air conditioner. I know that's kind of weird, but it is what it is. So while I'm driving down the road, it's not too big of a deal, because, you know, I have, you know, of course, the wind. You know, I'm driving down the road, you know, I have plenty of air conditioner. When I'm just sitting there sleeping in my truck, I do not, unless I have that fan turned on. It's supposed to turn on automatically. It does not. Of course, it does turn on when I'm driving down the road. I do believe it actually does turn on when I'm sleeping, but it's just not enough. So that's what's going on with that. But when it comes to what happened with my first truck, you guys didn't see this truck, but I did have another truck before this. I believe it was a little bit older, but what happened was, and it was this account, I had to back on a public street again. It seems like this is more likely with this account than anything that I've seen, where you have to use the street to back onto a dock. And this street was really busy. This was, I believe, Houston, Texas, I believe. I could be wrong about that. It's been weeks since I've done that. It's been so much that I have done between there as well. So like I said, I had to use a street in order to back up to a dock. And when I did, this street was not meant for a 18-wheeler semi-truck. Not at all. This was more fit for a day cab, you know, maybe a day cab. More like a 43-foot trailer, and I would say that would be the most, you know. It'd be more suitable for a box truck than this. And this street's super busy. I have no idea why. The only thing there is a Target. I guess maybe Target was having a sale. I don't know. But it was just super busy. You could not, you know, do a very good backing. People are trying to drive around you. It was ridiculous. So I got nervous. It was the first time for me dealing with a situation like that, and I completely lost on how to back up. And so I was trying to jump a curb, I know this is not something you're supposed to do, but I tend to do this. What I did not realize was there was a rock on that curb that I did not see. I accidentally went over that rock. I took out my front bumper, well, half of the bumper anyways, and I think I damaged the DEF tank, which is not good. You know, that has to be a very, very expensive repair. Definitely the company does not charge us for something like that, which, thank God, I'm very, very thankful for that. You know, reason why I said I think I did was the DEF tank was leaking originally, not made by me. I know the cap was leaking. You know, I could just see it. There's DEF all over the side of my truck from the DEF leaking. I thought it was just the cap. It may have not just been the cap. It may have just been, you know, the tank. Which, my driver manager could be wrong about this. I cannot confirm this because I did not for sure get this right trailer or the truck number. He said that he thought my truck might have gotten hit by a deer, or somebody, or another driver hit a deer, and had a lot of front end work that needed to be done with it. So I don't know if this was caused by me. It's really, really hard to tell. You know, I didn't think I went that deep. You know, maybe enough to take off the front bumper, maybe scrape some of the, you know, frame on the front side a little bit, but not the DEF tank. I don't know how that ended up getting broken. Doesn't make sense to me. It probably would never make sense to me. But how this company works, which is very, very nice, is if your truck is going to be in a shop specifically for a Kenworth dealer for more than a couple of days, they will get you another truck, whether it's temporary or permanent. So due to how much my truck was going to be laid over, in fact, they didn't do any work at the Kenworth dealer. They had it towed to a terminal, and then, like, I got my truck, they took it to our terminal, and I believe it was Waxbilly, Texas, or something like that, somewhere around there. I don't remember the exact name of this terminal, but they also have another terminal in Laredo, Texas, and that's where I picked this truck at. So there was a 5-hour difference. It was pretty much Dallas at this point. So they had to give me a Greyhound. I believe I was in Houston. I'm sorry, this was Houston, not Dallas. So they had me take a Greyhound, which some of them, they don't even like to do it. They know how bad Greyhound is. Because they couldn't find me a rental car. This company has a contract with Enterprises, so they use that car company for all their transportation needs besides using a semi-truck, of course. And so I had to take a 5-hour Greyhound bus to Laredo to go to the terminal to pick up this truck, and then I drove back to Washington, Texas, where they dropped off my own truck to have it repaired. Or it might as well have just been Dallas at this point. It's technically the Dallas terminal. I really don't know at this point. It's kind of confusing to me. I've only been down there once, so I can confirm the actual city of that. I know it's might have been a subdivision again. Who knows? But yeah, I had to then, of course, take this truck all the way down to the Dallas terminal. Actually, I do believe it's a Dallas terminal. I could be wrong. Like I said, I don't really know. I'll just go call the Dallas terminal at this point. And I went to go get the rest of my stuff. That's what I sort of mean by that is, you know, my stuff was with my own truck. So I only took what I absolutely need because it was a Greyhound. I didn't want to take too much stuff with me. And having to pay to put all that stuff underneath my truck, including I didn't have very much bags. I had 2 bags with me, and I didn't really have a bag for blankets or pillows, including you can't really put blankets and pillows in a bag. It typically doesn't fit. You have to have a pretty big suitcase, which I do not. So it is what it is. That's just what I had to roll with at the time. A lot of hotel rooms. Thankfully, I had some pretty good hotel rooms. You know, nothing too bad. But yeah, that is what has happened. This was about 2 weeks ago. I just came from home time here about 2-3 days ago. Oh, there was a fellow USA truck that just passed us here. Let me get another drink here. And no, just in case you guys are wondering, when it comes to this company, what trucks they have, of course they have a Kenworth. This is a Kenworth T680. I do believe this is a pretty new truck. It has 277 miles, so relatively new truck. This might be a 2020, or maybe a 2021, but I don't think it's that far just yet. I do believe the 2021s are a little bit different than this. Have a little bit of a different headlight settings. I could be wrong about it. I cannot confirm that. It looked almost identical, so there's just a few key differences that, unless you really know the year, you're not really going to be too sure on. Or unless you look it up, I'm sorry. But yeah, and with this truck, I've had some problems too. One of the problems that I've had was, I don't know what the other driver did with this truck. It's very, very hard telling, but I had a lot of fuses blown out of this truck. You know, for example, some of the 12 volts were working, but all the 12 volt ports didn't work, which is kind of important because I use those to run GPS and all that stuff. I also have 2 outlets back there. They're actual rural outlets. Those didn't work either. I had to get those fixed. Also, all my cap lighting didn't work either, so that was a very big problem. Of course, I can't see back here. Very important to have those lightings. So I had to get those fixed. A lot of blown fuses. And of course, I got the trailer cable disconnected, which that don't really matter at this point. It doesn't interfere with anything. I know the trailer lines are connected. Of course I do. You wouldn't be able to move if it was disconnected. If you guys don't know, I didn't say this, but when it comes to these trailers, I believe all trailers, like after, I believe it's 1995 or something like that, are required to have ABS. The purpose of the ABS is once you engage those brakes, the trailer brakes will stay locked until you, of course, you know, disengage them with air. So the trailer lines were not connected. I would be literally dragging the trailer along with me. It would not move, the wheels would not move. In fact, you guys would see smoke at this point. But you know, of course, that is not happening, so the connections are fine. You know, and sometimes I'll roll with the window down, just for fresh air and whatnot. So the air was leaking or something, which has happened with this trailer. But if it was, I would notice it, and I did fix it before I left the shipper, or our distribution center, pretty much. That's how this division rolls. When they have their own distribution center, it's pretty much like Ruler, but of course a little bit bigger, a lot bigger actually. It looks like an actual legit warehouse, and it's pretty cool. But yeah, I did fix those. There's no air leaking or anything like that, so I know it's just a sensor or something like that that's just retarded. And including, I can move my tandems without the brakes being locked. Including, I know this for a fact because when I have my own truck, the valve springs or something like that were way too weak, or something was going on to where it wasn't locking the trailer brakes. So you couldn't move your tandems at all. It was kind of sucks because the shippers are like, hey, can you move your tandems back? I was like, nope, I can't do that because my truck sucks. So I did warn the company about that. I'm hoping they get that fixed here soon. That truck needs a lot of work, and I'm probably going to have a lot of downtime. I'm probably not going to be getting that truck back. In fact, I know I'm probably not going to be getting that truck back, which kind of sucks because I love that old truck. The reason for that is, you guys know the black, you know, coverings on the wheels, that's supposed to be fuel efficient and something like that. I wonder if you guys saw those. I hate those. I think they're fucking ugly as shit. I do not like them. So my old truck, I didn't have those. I had completely steel rims, which looked amazing. And also with my old truck, I got a truck wash for that old truck, so it looked even better. With this company, you are allowed to get a truck wash every 60 days. After your 60 days rolls around, or on the 60th day, you can go into any truck stop. You don't have to set it up every time or something like that, which is very, very nice. You just go ahead and do it. But unfortunately, my time is not up for that, so I'm not going to be able to get one until close to the end of the month here, which it is August here. It is August 2nd actually. It was April Fool's yesterday, damn it. Another thing that sucks is I am working on my birthday. If you guys didn't know, Saturday was my birthday. I am 23 years old, if you guys didn't know. And it pretty much sucks because I came back to work on Friday. And this is actually officially a year that I've been driving. Which is absolutely amazing. You know, I would not want to do anything else. I love trucking. I love being behind this big old thing here. Of course, it has its up and downs, but hey, that's with every job. You know, it's not going to be perfect. You're going to have your days to where it's just not good. You're going to have bad days, but hey, that's what makes this job interesting. And what makes this job fun. So I'm very, very happy to be doing this, and I'm probably going to be doing this for the next, 20 years or something like that. You know, I'm never going to stop until I physically cannot do this job anymore. Like I said, I don't want to do anything else. In fact, when I'm home for long periods of time, I would say more than 3 days, I get really anxious, you know. I hate just sitting down there doing absolutely nothing, you know. In fact, I will get up and actually go do something. You know, I'll go for a walk, which is something that I don't do too very much, but I do go to parks and stuff like that, especially at night. Sometimes that is very, very nice. I try to do that every time I'm home, at least. You know, it's very relaxing. You know, it's very quiet. You know, you can get away from a lot of things. You can get away from this stressful life sometimes. You know, it just helps. It's a detox for me, pretty much. If that makes any sense. So that's what I do on my free time. Of course, I do play video games. You guys know that. You know, I do play video games, but surprisingly, I haven't really been doing very much of that. You know, I never have times. You know, I do play video games probably a couple times when I'm home, but most of the time I'm pretty much just spending time with family. You know, just enjoying spending time out. You know, also I've been having some computer problems. I want to get good quality in video games. I've been wanting this for a very long time. You know, my want is at least 60 FPS, 1080p. You know, I don't need 1440p gaming or anything like that. I don't need any of that stuff. You know, I just want something that, you know, was good quality. 1080p 60 is plenty enough. You know, I know a lot of people say that they would die if they don't game at 1440p or 4K. It's stupid. You know, 1080p is plenty enough. You know, it has been for a while. Why is it any different? In fact, personally, for me, I don't notice any different, you know. Alright, get this by this guy here. Alright guys, so I think this video has been plenty long enough. I'm very sure this is almost 50-minute video, so I think I'm going to be wrapping things up here. Probably when we get to the ship, I'll probably start recording again just so you guys what all we do, and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm gonna be wrapping things up, and I will see you guys next time. Boy.